one into the other. This is going to be a bit hideous for 5 seconds, but don't you worry, girly. There we go. Alright, we're back with Caesar 3, which I know you wanted, and I was meant to change the game title. Whatever, we'll keep it like that. I will need some music though, or else I'll get nervous. So here we are, we're back with Caesar 3, as well we should be, and I'm running with the custom hardest settings that I can here. This is Capua. Capua is pretty awesome. It's got a lot of resources, it's got some decent land, but it's pretty small. Very fitting to the fact that it has very low requirements of you, and on top of that, very low population requirement, so you only need to house 2,500 here. Not where we're going.
Caesar is at today's gladiator tournament and is unable to see you himself.
I really don't want to hear the Procreator talking here. No, we have to hit 7,000 population with reasonably high culture, maximum prosperity, high peace, and very high favor. That's going to be a lot of fun because we're playing on very hard mode, meaning our starting denarii is lower than normal, we get less tax income. Basically, you know, it's called very hard for a reason. There's a bit of a bug in it, but I will explain that as we work our way around it. So I want to jump into this pretty speedy. Man, what is it with this game and cutting out on the music? Like I said, no background music makes me kind of nervous. Right, so how are we going about that? Oh man, people are just going to complain about it being EU4 if I don't do something about that. Right. There we go. There we go. I'm keeping the title what it is though, that's all part of the fake out experience. This is an old game, so it does not alt-tab or minimize with much decency. Okay, how are we going to tackle this? Normally when you play Capua, it doesn't really matter where you go, you just have to shove 2,500 people there, and prosperity isn't a consideration, because you can get it done with large tents, and the trading is lucrative enough to see you through all of that. We're going to have to look at it a completely different way. So here we are in Yerevan. I don't know why it's called Capua here on our broken map. Hey, actually it's migrating towards Yerevan. It's meant to be here, but because we're playing on super big screen mode, it all breaks apart a little bit. Don't worry about it. We can sell pottery by land, and we can sell furniture, oil, and olives by sea. So the first thing I'm going to do is rip apart this land. I hate removing loads of forest, because the forest in this game looks good, and when you start taking chunks of it away like this, it looks very not good. But those are the cards we're dealt. I think I'll keep some of these ones by the coastline though. They look pretty good, at least to that extent. Right, let's kill a lot of this stuff. I have an idea in my head for doing this. I might actually want that road. Get rid of a couple of things here, perhaps. We could probably cut away a bit more, actually. Yeah. Just be wild. Alright, I've already chewed through almost 1,000 of my starting denarii. Let's make a few changes so I don't mess up some things. No tax, higher wages. Yeah, you know what? Just keep wages baseline right now. This is where we get a whole bunch of our fertile land. This stuff here in the far corner is very difficult to use because it wouldn't get labor access unless you also build houses here. And I absolutely refuse to use tents as a labor source. It is lazy, extremely lazy city building to use tents for your labor force. There is one exception that I had to bow to, and that's when you need a labor force for your defenses, because tents don't count towards your peace rating when they get torched by gothic scum. Alright, I'm going away on a bit of a tangent here. What am I looking to do? Well, the first thing I know I'm going to want to set up is an industry. And I want to do everything, really, but looking at the money I have, perhaps not. The way I see it, I can have an industrial area here, a residential area here, and this is our agricultural area, if I were to split it up in some sterile city building manner. Right, 1, 2, yeah, if we go along here with you, I'm going to bring you down a bit so that we actually have a 1, 2, 3, 4 space there. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of industry happening here, but this should suffice. And I like using figure eights, so I'm gonna figure some eights here. That might be a bit tight, actually. Perhaps we could extend you out just a wee bit more. Yeah. Yeah, that looks halfway decent, actually. Gonna have you working like that. And how about you? You're going to come out a bit for 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, 4 is a good number. And then have you come all the way down? Maybe not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably big enough. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That might be a bit tight, but I kind of like it. So this will be residential land, and this is where we're going to do all of our sweet farming. Okay. It's not like anyone's going to talk about Caesar 3, says Max. Oh, damn. Why would we talk about Caesar 3? We're playing Europa Universalis 4 here, and we are developing Yerevan. Right, this is where the food's going to be. But I might probably benefit from not feeding my people for a wee while yet. What I will, however, need is access to people living right here. Because, well, labour access is super important in this game, who would have thought? I need to find good places to stick them. I mean, just having you here would probably be fine. Yeah, I will stick you there. And otherwise, this seems like a good place to put a bulk of my people. This seems like an excellent place to put a bulk of my people. There's going to be granaries here, which they will not be so keen on living near, but there we go. That should get most of the people that I want around here. An engineer post right here should do the trick. Yeah, actually that fits pretty well. And of course a prefecture, but you also want a number of prefectures because things are liable to burn down pretty quickly, especially in this early game. I'm going to slap a doctor down as well, and we will need temples for everybody. So Ceres, Neptune, Mercury. I'm going to flip the middle finger up to Mars because it'll make everybody else happier. Gods, that is. And this will be enough to keep us going for at least a wee while, but I need that industry rocking and rolling. Did you expand on what the objective for this is? Any specific number of denarii per flung goblet? Not quite sure what you're trying to say there, Barcode, but we've made some pretty harsh demands on Capua. It's still not a difficult map, really, but it sets the tone for what I'm trying to do here with this hardest campaign mode. Now, tents go up in flames at the slightest suggestion, so I want these prefectures to keep it all well and under control. As soon as I have spare people, and it looks like I'm about to, we're going to set up our industry. First industry will be clay. And I can get 3 of them going because I can sell up to 25 per year. And we will use our pottery workshop. Oh, I could have made this thicker. I need warehouses here, don't I? Probably should have come down by 1 more. I could also put my warehouses here, though. Could also put my warehouse here. Yeah, that probably seems like the better idea. So for now, you will be accepting pottery, and that's what I'll be selling. I also need the workshops for said pottery, of course. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. This is going to be a horrific place to live. Nobody will want to live next to these guys, but that's alright. We're in Armenia. Engineer's doing his job. Engineers are great. They have long, long range, and unlike fire risk... fire risk rises randomly and super fast for tents. Risk to places being demolished does not rise, or rather it rises steadily. So I don't actually need my pottery industry running right now. And it looks like we still have lots of space for more immigrants, so please flow on in. Immigrants are welcome here. Hell, loads of you are welcome. Hunger halts immigrants? That's a lie. Hunger does not halt immigrants, although these guys are particularly unhappy.
Down with the governor!
And I'll tell you why. It's because of that glitch, where when you're playing on very hard mode, between 200 and 300 people, nobody moves in. So what you do is you set the difficulty back down to hard, and people will start coming in again. Once I go past 300 population, I will get back to that. Okay, Neptune likes me a lot, and he's willing to double the money. So I actually want to have my pottery workshops working now, so I can have some pottery to sell. Get in here. Alright, so we're comfortably over 300 population, so we shall pop back up to very hard mode. The gods are unhappy. Well, the god is unhappy. One god, Mars. And I don't really care about him being that unhappy. I do, however, now have some pottery. So what I'll do is I will open up a trade route with Tarentum. It's only 400 denarii. And I will say, shift all that pottery that we're making. And that should make us some decent money. They should pop in here quite soon, hopefully before the end of the year, so I can actually get that pottery sold at double prices, which will be excellent. Is the title accurate, Jake? Restoring Greater Armenia to its height. Well, yeah, Yerevan is a metropolis in its own right, so yes, I stand by my outrageous claims. Alright, I'm gonna put down something for Mars, if only to stop people from moaning about him. Alright, not too shabby. I haven't really thought about where the water's going to go, but given all the temples here, I probably wouldn't have a problem smacking it down right there. It would also be a humiliatingly short bit of aqueducting going on here. Let's actually maybe... oh, well, no, I thought I would undo it, but no. Can I? Why are they not buying my my pottery? Oh, they already bought some. And now they'll buy some more. Ah, yes. Wait, they're not?
I don't know why I bother with this route. They don't buy anything or have anything they want to sell me.
Huh. Okay, well, I still made some decent money off of them, and I will continue to make some half-decent money off of them, so this is okay. That was kind of strange. Wasn't there a load of pottery there? Maybe my imagination is playing tricks on me, as it often does. Right, so what's our situation?
Could you spare a little bread? I haven't eaten for so long.
People are hungry. Oh, people are such needy buggers, aren't they? I guess we can do that, though. Let's start thinking about feeding our people. Just thinking, though. I'm going to set up 2 granaries. They're both only going to accept wheat for now. In due time, perhaps we'll look at other things that they can eat. And I have an idea on the design of this. Kind of. Is that actually a good place for it? Yeah, probably. Okay, gonna have you come along here. And then I think this makes a lick of sense. Just gonna try something new here. We're gonna need wheat, of course. Wheat is the breadwinner. Right. In this climate, wheat grows twice as fast as any other farm produce. That seems fair. We should be able to get all the farming done here that we could conceivably want. And yeah, I can get it done down the sides as well. That's excellent. So that'll be enough to keep people fairly fed. And I will want people living here to actually give them access to labor. I will also, of course, want fire protection and things breaking down protection for them. Very good. That should fill up all of this. It looks like water will be able to get everywhere I need it to get, which is also excellent. I have big plans for this colony. He says as he just tears down people's homes. Now I'm gonna make this a super happy place to be. There will be... people will want for nothing, basically. One, two, three, four. Hopefully these guys merge. If they don't, I'll be in a bit of a pickle. Those guys that don't want to evolve too bad, you're just gonna go away like that. Yeah, these guys hate where they live. Too bad for them. These guys would actually happily evolve if where they live didn't look like ass. So employees are needed, but that's fine. I'm building up all these houses for people to move into. Kinda happy to do so, even though it's not going to be the most desirable place to live. Have some gardens, make everybody slightly happier. Slightly, I'm not working miracles here. And this is a nice little wedge to stick something that people would actually want in there, but I know what they want. They want taxed. Have a forum. And with that forum, I'll start taxing them as one should, and paying them... we're taking the Swedish approach here. Tax them to death, but pay them kind of what they're worth, maybe? There are a few more things I'm going to want in this setup, but we're not quite there yet. I'm a little worried about my lack of warehouses. I could smack one down right here. No one's going to want to live next to it, but that is too bad for them. You're going to accept oil and olives, because there's great money to be made there. We're going to have workshops for oil right here. Oh, I did not space this out very well at all, did I? Well, I did what I did. What I will do in this case is have some olives produced. Quite a few of them. See how far they get. That fiery risk is dangerous. I'm not too happy with my people living in tents here. Once we have loads of wheat stored up, and I should actually put a bit of work into producing lots of it, even though it's moaning at me saying it needs more workers, we'll get those workers. Look at all these immigrants coming in. People love living here. Then again, the gods are going to be unhappy soon enough, I'm sure. The gods are always bloomin' unhappy. I wonder if I can make do without these guys. He says whilst his city is short on workers. It's fine, it's fine. This is a frustrating little bit here. I'm going to get rid of you, and I'm going to have two marketplaces right next to the granaries. Get to work, get these people not living in tents, please. And I'm going to need them eventually, so I'm going to set up some more temples here. When I have some decent excess money, I'm going to import marble, and I'm actually going to take a more large temple approach, because I've seen people using large temples, and I liked it. Instead of using large statues, they use large temples, which eats up employment, and it takes up valuable space, and it needs road access, but it looks better. And when you're playing a city builder, that is the most important thing. Things gotta look good. You might go, oh, I'm a functional man, but no. Things gotta look good, or else you're wasting your time. You're wasting everyone's time. Alright, I trust everybody's nice and healthy, right? Good. Don't like people being unhealthy early game. So here's my question. Are you guys able to send away those olives in good time? I think you might. So let's get those oil pressers working. And let's get that dock here. Dock does not fit here. Thought dock might fit there. Okay. Where might dock fit? Here? Might even be a more convenient place for the dock. And where would warehouse? Oh, warehouse could go here. Dock goes there. Something else goes here. Yep, I have something resembling an idea. Stop making the pottery. We'll sell what we have. Workshop for pottery goes here. Alright, this will work out. It's going to hamper my profits for a little bit, but it's okay. So like I said, dock goes there. And then we get space for something. Oh man, that's so badly spaced for everything. No kidding, I mean I could get 3 industries in there instead. Could have my warehouse here, it would be pretty ugly. But that's acceptable. I know one wants to live next to these things anyway. So yes, pottery goes here. And my workshops for oil continue to squeeze it out over there. Okay, that'll work. Well, that'll work not too bad. And watch these people evolve. When they're at this level, hovel, they'll pay me extra taxes. And if you know me, you'll know that I rather like getting taxes. Excellent. Give these guys some nice gardens to think about. Very nice gardens to think about. Even you. I know you hate living next to all those prefectures, but there you go. If people are at hovel stage, then I'm a happy man, because of the extra taxes that you get. Emperor is prettier, says Sid. Emperor does look pretty, but it's just not the aesthetic I'm looking for. I'm a Roman man. Emperor is the best one. Jake is saving it for last. You're kidding yourself there, Neffy, but whatever helps you sleep at night. Okay, we could push the boat out even further when it comes to money, and that's exactly what I think I'm going to want to do. So I'm going to place this prefecture here instead. Hopefully we still get all the benefits of it, but it's probably good to smack down another one just in case. And then I want another warehouse here, and this warehouse will deal in furniture. Alright, with me so far? City population is high, huh? Okay. This may or may not work, but we're doing it anyway. I'm going to connect you up here and smack in some timber yards. 1, 2, how much furniture can I sell? Just 1 load of it. So 2 will be sufficient. They might not even have to go there then, but I don't have a lot of space to put it elsewhere. I mean, I have down here, but that's farming lands. Oh, I have across here. Never thought about it, but I could use industrialization along here as well. Get the furniture flowing out from here. It'll have plenty of access to... kind of spreads it over here, which is not what I was looking to do. What would Brian Boitano do? Yeah, probably for the better to stick it over there then. I don't have access to gatehouses, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to branch off, or I wouldn't want to use them in a map like this. But if I have you coming along here, hell, I could even have you link up here in a very unorthodox move. 1, 2, 3, yeah. This is unusual, and I wouldn't recommend it, because the more intersections you introduce, the harder life gets for your walkers. However, I kind of like this idea. I will put my timber yards here. 2 of them. There will likely be more in the future. And then my furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta leave space for 2 more. And there we go. They should have easy access to labor, and we'll be able to sell that stuff. I'm running pretty low on denarii, so it's a good thing I made sure to turn my pottery industry back on so I can sell some stuff again. Otherwise, my money's just going down the drain. Fake out strats, Jake. I approve. Of course, Aftish. Would I do anything else? The answer is no, I would not. This is how I sleep at night. It's hard to tell. Okay, there's a little bit of inefficiency for my olives. They have too far to go to get to the oil places. But that's borderline acceptable. What is even more acceptable is having you as the oil and olives emporium, and you take the furniture. Because that will cut down the distance that the olives will have to go if they want to go to a warehouse. In theory. Alright, this is all very good. Now, I gotta shift that oil of mine. We're gonna open up a trade route to Syracuse and say we sell anything over 8 units of oil, and any spare olives can be sold. Maybe it's nice visually to have a few olives sitting in the warehouse, so we'll keep a few. And the furniture, again, sell a bunch of that. Pottery too, let's try and keep some lying around. I just think it looks nice to actually have goods sitting in your warehouse. Then again, I need to sell some stuff or else I'm going to go bankrupt, but that's okay. We haven't spilt any goblets yet. We'll get there, don't you worry, just give it time. So marble and meat now came on the menu, boys, but we're going to say no to almost all of them. I need somewhere to stash my marbles, but that's actually going to be a concern before too long. I suppose I could put them... could just keep them hanging around in the furniture warehouse, because this is going to serve everybody their furniture. And...
another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable.
Excellent, I'm a great and fair ruler. Alright, apparently food stocks are hurting, probably because I introduced this this intersection. People don't like intersections, period, so let's stick down a couple more marketplaces. I hate the sight of large tents because it reminds me of my complete inability to play this game as a child.
Another successful voyage.
Can't I make and sell more oil? I think I can, because my quota for the year is 25, which means if I had... I could smack in 2 more oil workshops, truth be told. I think I'll make do with 1. I still make money off the olives, but oil is almost always better. Speaking of oil, trust the big cheese to be asking for some. Well, he's displeased with me, so I might as well give it to him, and I'm also going to change my salary down a bit to a clerk's, so that I lose favour with him slower. It's a shame for all that oil to go away. It's very expensive. It's cheaper just to give yourself the money and pay off Caesar with that money, but hey-ho, that's what we're doing here. Alright, so now I should be able to start selling that furniture, and the money is not going to be much of a problem anymore. In terms of employees, we have pretty heavy unemployment, which is kind of good. I'm actually going to start farming a touch more. Oh, we got space for more farms here. Hopefully this doesn't lead to people not getting labor access, but it shouldn't. There we go. The best kind of food production is a vast overproduction of food. Everybody knows that. But there's a bit of method to that, because for these guys to turn into Grand Insulae, which I of course will want them to do, I'm going to need to produce vegetables as well as wheat. The ones at the back will become vegetable farms, but I don't need to do that right now. What I want before I do that I suppose, is access to marble, but I kind of need the money to do that. But we're making decent money these days. You know, it's nice to have marble, and all the gods are pretty happy right now, so I think what we'll start doing is importing it. So I sell everything I can, as best as I'm aware. Yeah, the furniture, the pottery, the oil, the olives. Rome is grateful to me, as they should be. Everybody is fed, and they live in what I can only assume are fairly comfortable hovels. All the while... Oh, it's December. Great time to check this. How much tax do I make off of these places? Not, well, actually, 22 is pretty low, but on very hard mode you get less tax income. If this was on hard mode, or anything easier, would make buckets of tax money. It's part of the fun, though. Still, I want to evolve these guys. I have access to all the trade goods that they really need for it, and I have this handy-dandy area to build up more stuff. So I think we're going to push it all the way to Grand Insulae, because we should be able to make pretty awesome money off of that. That means they're going to need a lot of goods and or services, which means I'm going to want to tear down my my lovely temples. That could come at a cost. The desirability is going to plummet. However, I have a cunning plan for that. I just need to think where people are not merging and where I would destroy their houses. Merging isn't really a big problem when you are... Sorry, just counting some things here. I always forget what the range of an oracle is. I think it's 6. But I'm prone to forgetting. Alright, I think these guys are going to become Oracle City. Oracles have pretty good desirability, but great range. I think it's 6, but I'm never that sure. You know what? There's a really, really, really easy way to check. I'm going to thunk one down here. I'm going to check desirability. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has a range of 6. There we go. The marble went to the wrong warehouse. That's cute. Right. I do like the oracles. A good place to probably put them, though, is where lands are significantly undesirable, and also where people aren't going to merge. Why do I keep going for desirability? I want tax, damn it. Not to be confused with I want taxed, damn it. Get rid of 5 of our temples. Erect the mighty oracle. That's a pretty poor place to put it. I'm going to put you there. And then you should affect quite a few more people. And I'll probably want even more of them. I don't have a problem putting you there, but it's a bit wasted on a bunch of these people. But how about here? Expensive, I know, but I want to keep the gods happy enough to start tearing down their temples. One oracle keeps them all happy for roughly 500 people. Well, exactly 500 people, actually. So this should suffice. We'll tear these down when the time comes for it. Okay, people, I know you want a lot of things, actually. You will no longer accept wheat. You're only going to take in fruit now. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't add up, but wheat is what gets stressed more than anything else, because that's the first thing fussy Romans eat. But you want the wheat closest to the granary, because it grows fastest, so you want people back to collect more of it quicker. I'll probably tear down one of those olive places later on, but not a big deal right now. That poor shack hates where he lives. Too bad for him. Fussy Romans get ejected. Where are you going? What? You don't even accept wheat. Why did you... Okay. Huh. That was new. That was very new. Ah, okay. Huh. That was probably a bug. Well, what you gonna do?
There's no space for this lot anywhere in the city.
I wonder if by getting rid of farm and replacing it with another kind of farm, I broke something there. Interesting, but perhaps to be investigated at a later date. This is going to be a bit useless to me for a short while, so what I will do is actually sell a lot more of that. What I can also do is build a bunch of houses so they can start eating the wheat as well. Again, they're not really going to like living here whatsoever. Actually, they're really going to hate living there. But the Oracle is a powerful and forgiving thing. I get a 3x3 here. Again, not something I'm sure they'd want to live near. I got good space for building statues here, which are always good at raising desirability. I know I don't like building large statues anymore, but this is an ideal place for it because there's no come on, Jake, use your words. You can't put a road in here, so no point putting a building in there. Okay. Gonna have to start thinking about things like coliseums. Honestly, this is the best place to put it, and I just used it all up. And a bit more, Put it here if I really liked wasting space. Best place is usually to put a coliseum on a corner. I mean, I could put you right here. That's a very good place, in fact. Means I only have to move this market over a touch. Gotta keep this road to Rome open, or else the game will start getting very mad at me. So smack down a coliseum right there. And then give it some access to awesome gladiators. I have made this tighter than I probably should have, but that's fine. It's just stuff to work around. On that note, we won't have people living there. I'll smack down gladiators and a lion house here and see if that works out for me. Otherwise, people like a theatre. And people love libraries. People also like having drinking water. I think it's overrated personally, but that's just me. There you go, people. I'll never understand your fascination with this game, says Brightness Noises. What could possibly be difficult to understand about that? It's a great game. There we go. I really hope the librarian makes a lot of big rounds, but it's possible they could just get stuck up in the corner there. I do actually have a functioning gladiator arena. Alright, gods are all happy. I'll take that. Okay, do not like your rounds. No, that's a badly placed anything right there. You're not going to do anyone any good. This is the one weakness of this game, really, though. The walker system could be a nightmare to work with. Sometimes they do good stuff for you, okay, that's perfect. It's a perfect place for something to be. Which means I could probably put a house here, or an oracle. Now, things get a bit tricky. I want to get people right the way up to large, and then grand villas. Villas, not quite. Large and grand insulae. This poor guy just hates living next to reservoirs. Which means I don't want any 1x1s. Fortunately, I have loads more people than I need to, so I can be quite brutal about this, but I want all these guys to turn into grand insulae. We can make it happen. It's just going to get a bit messy. For example, you've got to go. Da-dun, da-dun. It's going to eat a lot of my pottery. But I have pottery and I have furniture, so things should be okay for at least a little bit. I hate the fact that you're full full of wheat. You'll slowly drop it off to these places. Right, one of them's full of fruit though, that's good. And you are slowly dropping your wheat off here. Yeah, it's actually chock full of fruit, that's good. Okay, these places are going to pretty quickly advance. They're going to need a bit more. I suspect a theatre is necessary here. You're not in a great spot there, pal, but I'm beyond worrying about that. Some things aren't always easy. Like knowing who and where to tear people's homes down. There's a fountain there that kind of gets in the way of something that I want to do. The fountain there backs it up a bit. So I can actually move this fountain, get rid of that fountain, and a bunch of these houses, because screw people's living situation. And then I could erect a large temple here. So I think I will, because I'm kind of tempted to do so. Who's really seen us through this? I think it's Ceres. Everyone likes Ceres. And then let's just chuck us down a theatre. It's not a very central location. I'll probably need another theatre over there, but that's fine. And now I need a bathhouse. A bathhouse that will go everywhere. That's where I'm hedging my bets. And you'll see the bathhouse lady go around there, which is good, but I need her to go down here. And that's not quite what I need. There we go, she gets everybody. Oh, that's beautiful. So now they're up to Medium Insulae, then they'll get their oil and barber access. The barber access I'm just about to give them. Just need to think where to slam this barber. Oh, what a convenient place for a barber. But I'm sure there's more convenient. Like there. Or... I was thinking of wedging it in somewhere here so they might do the double loops. Well, hey, that's a barber location. But... yeah, actually that's a decent barber location. You might even do everyone from there. What are you gonna do? Well, that's useless to me. That's useful to me. Go down here now. Or along there. Yeah, not quite. That barber's not good enough. Okay, Caesar wants even more oil. I'm probably just going to tell him to do one this time. The barber uses 2 employees. I can just put it down both places. Now, sadly... oh, these people actually don't have Colosseum access, which is really sad. I can't think of an easy way to give it to them either. Looks like the Colosseum guys don't walk around here that much. Harumph. I don't want to make the Colosseum more central, although it is an option. Ooh, that would stir a lot of problems for me. Could smack it over here, but that would antagonize these people. It's kind of iffy, but what I can do is find a sweet spot here where they will actually walk down that way to go to the it actually has to be quite high. Let's experiment a bit. So this is my payoff for doing things too complicated. This large castle's gonna hate me for what I'm doing here. Wow, even he's going up the top way. Could do both of these. I mean, where would he go from here? This will free up some space if it works out, so it's not the end of the world, but ah, damn, they're both going that way. That works opposite of good for me. Okay, that works in that very inopportune location. Ah, oh, that's a pain. It's a pain, but it's one we will live with. There's not a lot that this poor house can do. But I will move you down a bit. At least this poor house can get some more gardens around it or something. Alright, so there is one slight problem. That's a lack of schooling. Our people are a bit stupid right now. So I need to think of good places to put schools. You always need a bunch of them for culture anyway. That should do a lot of good there. I wouldn't mind putting one down here either. Those prefectures have perhaps run their course. Perhaps not, of course. One should never be flippant about their prefectures. Now we're talking. And I like the language. Probably not Swedish. The schools actually don't go down here, which is disastrous for me. Perhaps you will go down there. Wow, I think the school kids just hate me. I mean, it's not too difficult to solve. I just need to find a place where I don't like their lack of merging. Like you freaks. Smack my school in here. I made this a very unpleasant place to live, so I'm actually going to plaza it up despite not really wanting to. What world is that noise? Good eve, Jake in chat, says Red. Well, good evening. Hope all is well. No, it is for me. I got a lot of inefficiencies due to little 1x1 spaces here that I'm not fond of, but not a whole lot I can be doing about that. It's not to say there's nothing, but I'm just saying there's not a whole lot. There we go. I like seeing, well, I love seeing Grand Insulae. That's what the game's all about. Don't like seeing little bits like that, though. Never put in another large... Well, no, I put in that large... Okay, good spaces for more people to live here. Large temple, that's what I was trying to say. Trying and failing. You know, those 1x1s could well be used for more of these, but I've got the space to do what I want here anyway. Alright, a lot of people are just waiting on that second type of food, and that's where all these fruit farms are coming into play. Boy, are they coming into play. This is working out pretty well. I hope the gods aren't unhappy. Yeah, Ceres is particularly happy. She has a nice place to live. So, notice that my denarii is looking pretty good. Let's have a look at that tax income. Oh, it's only January. Let 1 month pass. Yeah, that's not a bad amount of money, but 10. You get 6 from a large insulae, 10 from a grand insulae. That's just testament to how much more it's valued at. Right, nobody likes little scrubs like you. Unfortunately, I'm going to make this housing, which means these temples are going to go, which hurts the how much people like living around here. What could be done about that? Well, there's plenty of places for more houses to go to. The food situation isn't looking too good though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6, 12, 12, 10. Yeah, I could feed like 3,000 here. I think the food situation just needs to mellow out a bit. I know my gods are going to be unhappy with me raising these, but Mars, Neptune, Mercury. Sorry. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Neptune, Mercury, Mars. That doctor could well be moved. However, it's risky that places will devolve if I do that. But this is just a great place to put anything else. I mean, probably particularly a house. Even has water. Where could I put the good doctor? There's no guarantee you'd go everywhere from there. But probably somewhere around here, like this engineer post. If I slapped a doctor here... Oh, see, this is a problem. The desirability got hit when I took all these things away. Could I get a large temple? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, it would have to reasonably be 2 large temples, and what's even the point in doing that? I mean, I could just smack down a wee oracle and give people a touch more plaza. That should do a bit of the trick, at least. There we go. Now what I want is people living here. They have access to water, strangely enough. Great. Very great. I just love seeing Grand Insulae. They look so good. Anyone living in tents are going to be unhappy. What with the whole high taxes that I have around here. If anything, my taxes aren't high enough. I know I have plenty of money, but one should always try to make more money, just as a rule of thumb. I like being in a position to get more large insulae. With money where it is, I can actually cut back on my industry a touch. And that allows me to do stuff like that to boost... oh, he needs food, not more boosting of desirability. I could probably move my forum over a bit. I'm probably going to need 2 of them on top of that. Space is tight, though. He does visit everybody, he's just... Actually, that's very good where he is if he does visit everybody. I don't mind that he's a little bit slow at it, it's still pretty awesome for me. I wonder if any of these schools are superfluous. I have 3 of them. Probably not. Okay, Emperor's getting a bit touchy that I'm not giving him his wine, so I'm gonna send him a little gift to keep him a bit happier. But otherwise, I don't think he's gonna get that oil. That's actually a bit risky. You know what? Let's give him that oil. I don't need to export the stuff anymore. Hope I actually get enough oil in that warehouse. Just wish I didn't have to plaza so much. Plazaing feels a bit cheap. Right, I got rid of a engineer, but it looks like my 2 engineer posts have everything on lockdown. He wants fruit. I mean, I can give him fruit, that's not too big of a deal. Looks like, if anything, we have too much wheat. Can be dealt with. Farm for fruit instead, please, and accept fruit. And then I'm going to say, as soon as you are functioning, if you ever function, that we are now stockpiling fruit, and then it should all go into there. Wonderful. Oh, that poor house hates where he lives because he's right next to the Colosseum. Must be a loud and smelly place to be. Did I ever decide on moving that clinic? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, these guys are about to devolve due to lack of clinic access. Should have thought about that one, but I didn't. I smack down a doctor there and there. That should stop it going too bad. Emperor can get his fruits, and I can stop stockpiling them. Probably not the last time he's going to demand it from me, though. Okay, that health provision hit hurt me. And there we go, I can send him off his accursed oil. Get back to trading it, of course. Oh, wow. Remember when I said there was no problem with those engineers? It looks like there was. I wonder what I did to cause that. Ah, looks like they just don't quite reach this far. Not the end of the world though, I can just smack down another one there. But these guys are about to fall down no matter how you cut it, so... I'll just replace their buildings. And everyone's probably happy. Although these devolving people aren't, but hey ho. Grand. I feel pretty happy with we set up and it still has room to expand. Although it sounds like somebody just tried to revolt and got crushed by my prefectures, which is only fitting. Now, time to start having more furniture readily available. Rome acknowledges receipt. That's one way to look down at me. Okay. Overall, this is not too shabbyville. There are still some large insulae, and yes, I'm not particularly happy with that. However, my options for making it nicer are minimal. Well, no, that's not entirely true. I can get rid of you and put something really nice here, like a temple to Mercury. And then that is almost certain to evolve you guys. Well, that's still not enough. There's a reason I call you guys fussy Romans, you know. Right, if an oracle isn't enough, I don't know what will be. There we go, that's what we're talking about. I think everybody is fully done up now. And I have loads of unemployment, which is kind of good at this point. Lovely. This should stabilize, bring in loads of money, and allow me to freely expand elsewhere for Capua. This would be a finished Capua, really. We just need a few more people, And culture is good, prosperity is good, peace is good, favor is good, but this is our super hard Capua, or at least as hard as one can reasonably make Capua. So I'm going to have to expand since we need 7,000 souls here. I have the money to just delete. Ooh. Okay, I thought I deleted something over by the other place willy-nilly there. Right, let's just clear this up and consider how we're going to jam another 4 or so thousand people over here. We have the space for it, sure, but I'm going to need patricians. That's not even up for debate. I will need patricians living here, or else I'll never hit that 100 prosperity goal. The closest these guys can get you are 80, 85. That's a number I should know, but I've managed to forget. This guy's still moaning about that Colosseum. It's keeping him awake at night. A couple of bits of plaza do the trick. These guys want their oil, go figure. I'm a little unhappy about the lack of fruit, but we'll have that sorted. What I could do is reduce the amount of olives I have being cooked up here. So I will. And that should even up the... Oh, I don't like that. There's a severe shortage of oil right now. I'm not even stockpiling it, it's just people aren't getting it. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of it being produced right now. Caesar decided to slurp away all my oil. It's not something that more marketplaces are going to fix, I dare say. Yeah, some marketplaces have oil. Yeah, some of them have plenty of it. I think they're just not making their rounds there. Yeah, it sorted itself out, but I'm not happy with that, because that shows that these guys aren't frequented enough by the market. Now, what could I do about that? I could set up more marketplaces, but unless they actually go over there, it's all for naught. It's hard to really know if they will or will not. I'll just set up another marketplace and hope for the best. That's all you really can do. Right, not a lot of... I mean, yes, lots of great arable land, but it's kind of choke-pointed here. Pointed here as well, so the question is, what am I going to do about that? I still want more Grand Insulae, but maybe that's not the way forward. Having everyone in Grand Insulae... No, the way to accentuate patricians is have them overlooking the filthy masses. So... I'd turn to chat and say, what should we have our people live in, but do you... What would you even say? I mean, we could have our people living in filthy hovels, filthy... I don't like casas, so small insulae, medium or large insulae. Actually, lower level buildings might really be a pain on the prosperity. Whatever, I'll let you guys decide that. What level of housing will our plebs over here be? And then our patricians will be in both large and extortionately large villas. One thing I didn't think about is I need to import some wine here. But I can get it there. That should work out, actually. In fact, you should have the marble. Marble and wine. I'm feeling a bit of a squeeze on the furniture here. And wasn't I meant to get rid of both of these? Yeah, they're wasting valuable space. Alright. Timber yard. Furniture. Now we'll have a lot more furniture going. You need to get that marble, and you need to empty that warehouse, because you do not accept marble now. And slowly but surely there it goes, and now you don't need to keep emptying the warehouse. Grand. And I got loads of money, so we're going to import that wine as well. We only get one type of wine, which limits us to Grand Insulae. Filthy hovels, but with symmetry, says Barcode. I say people should live in hovels where they belong, in the dirt. High quality residence, but asymmetry. Oh, there will be high quality, but I feel this Yerevan development needs another goal. Kill all the sheep. Oh man, I knew somebody would eventually get the awesome humor we have about there being sheep on this map. You did it. There could definitely be more houses here. How many are there? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 here. And then inside here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20. Okay, 34 large insulae is pretty good. Pretty damn good, dare I say. Now, I have a feeling I could actually just stop my exports now. But no, we won't. I don't like the look of warehouses that are completely full. So let's just make sure we hold on to a lot more goods. Exports over 12, exports over 4 is fine for you. You don't take up a lot of space. That's better. Not sure what you mean by asymmetry though. I mean, I know what asymmetry means, but how do you mean in terms of the housing here? I guess that's for me to figure out and for you to know. Alright, how's this gonna look? Get rid of these trees because I might be able to put this land to use if I can get a sexy looking bridge over here. We like sexy bridges, right? This is not land that gets bridged, I see. That's a shame. I'd like to have some functionality if it's there. That can bridge, though. I don't know if there's going to be any use for it, but we'll build it there anyway. You know what to say, build it and they'll come. Okay, there's a case to be made for hovelly people living here. Hoveled, less hoveled. Ooh, yeah. Did you just imply you'd love to play a bridge building simulator? I bought a bridge building simulator. It's a mouthful. Quite a while ago, but never got around to playing it. Okay. How about filthy hovel people work the farms? They're looked down on the casa dwellers, who themselves are looked down on by the patricians. That feels like something I would want to build. Feels like something I would really want to build. I don't like this though. You devolved again because of lack of oil. We have oil, which means you're just not getting seen to by a marketplace. So I'm going to destroy you and erect a marketplace there. And that should pretty much force them to loot this one way or another. I was hoping I could put a replacement house somewhere. You know, for that house I just destroyed. 4 houses at that. It's not impossible. In fact, I could probably put one here if I could get desirability high enough. Yeah, I guess anyway. Oh, crumbs! Mistakes were made. Mistakes were very much made. I'm about to have, well, I already have villas here, and I need them to not be villas. I have options for that, and one is to reduce their amount of religion access. And that seems like what I'm going to do. This could hurt quite a bit. But that's all part of the fun, right? As long as I have enough oracles to keep everyone happy. And maybe I do. They'll get a bit displeased about it. I'll slam those down for now. It's not like money's a big concern. Especially with these patricians, right? Oh man, I'm about to be severely downgraded in terms of population. Youch. Okay, probably the better thing is to just not have this wine right here, right now. Should have thought about that. Should have thought, but I didn't. That's fine though, mistakes happen when you're building cities. But look at my population thwomp and my shortage of employees. Because they've almost all... wow, okay, things are about to get really hairy. Alright, I have almost no workforce. 117. This calls for drastic and frankly incredibly unpopular measures. But watch this. I need a workforce and I need it now. Welcome to Tent Town. Whew. This is decadence at its worst, finest, not sure, but it sure is decadent. At least these people will find new homes here, maybe. Oh, they just seem to have vanished. Alright, I need to see through this problem first. Everybody needs to get back to their non-decadent ways. Alright, they're kind of going back to it. Good. Somewhat good. This guy hates where he lives because now he has all the plebs living next to him. That's funny in its own way. They have so many goods, can't you just like where you are? There we go. Okay, I went through a rough spell there, but we managed to see it through. As long as I don't evolve into villas once again, it should be good. The big cheese wants his fruit. Fortunately, we can supply him. And there we go. It looks like everything's back to normal over here. That was close. Which means it's time for a massacre of these guys. So long, and thanks for all the work. And they're going to go, well, away, and they're also going to fill up spaces that were over here. Right. With that minor distraction that almost killed me done. Didn't almost kill me, but it was a hairy situation to be in. This all looks nice and stable. We'll get on with this. Now, how does it work? I'd have to have lots of wheat for all the plebs, but I'd have to get loads of the fruit up here. It ain't easy to feed people on that fruit. Did Jake just bring a bunch of people into the city, then delete their houses? Asks Seashell. Yes. That cost me a lot of money, actually, that everything I did. Time to get those taxes flowing again. Sure is nice making money. I make money just passively every month, and then the trade kind of bumps it up, so it all works out well. You need people to actually extort the taxes, though. If you have a really high quality dwelling but nobody living in it, it's not going to do you any good. Still, though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 wheats, 14 fruits, that's perfect. Right, I haven't thought up a shape for this yet. How's it going to be? Why don't I just, like, draw something and make it so? Like, We have a huge amount of granaries right here. Like, how about a foursome of granaries, right? And yeah, 2 of them take fruit, and 2 of them take wheat. Always have a granary, just take 1 good unless you know exactly what you're doing. How would this even work? Would it be a big square? It could be a big square. Granaries are hideous to live near, you know. Well, you know that. Of course you know that. Oh, it's off. It's off center. That's not gonna work. How could I possibly think that would work? One, 2, 3. So I would want it coming along like this, right? Yeah, of course. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that gives me 3 over there, right? Then we get all granaried up around here. And then it just works. Don't question it, it just works. Of course, all the food comes here. Fruit at the back. Wheat at the front. That bridge is great in its uselessness. Well, Marvin, don't judge it just yet. It has plenty of time to prove its uselessness. Have all that fruit right there. People love fruit. Also gonna have some fruity people living here. No real reservoir for them to draw water from, though. No one really needed that there, did they? Oh, there's a rock in the way. What a troublesome rock. Here's your reservoir then. I'll give you some awesome gardens too. Everyone likes gardens. And there you go. Hopefully you merge. I really hope you merge. If you don't, I'm gonna be the fool. Probably should have checked that first, actually. Yeah, well, if they don't merge, I'll figure it out. Of course, this kind of setup always needs prefecture and engineer. It never doesn't. Oh, it actually works out pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just slam these down willy-nilly. We'll sort them out in due time. I'll get something merging around here, and I'll stick with what we have, and then we'll have these filthy hovel people working the farms. Yeah, man, my money really took a dent. Okay, so first load of bad news is these guys don't want to merge whatsoever. Oh, they really don't want to merge. Okay. I'll figure you guys out yet. Time to kill the sheep. Alright, we got our merger, or at least one of them. As the sheep go here, the prefects are gonna slaughter them to death. Something's gotta merge. There's our merger. Grand. Alright, a bunch of mergers. This is good. This is where the hovel people will dwell. While this is going on, I might as well get my wheat flowing. You know, it's exceptionally cruel to have those people live next to wheat farms. Fruit farms are actually pleasant to live next to and won't make me have to do unnatural thingy increasing, desirability increasing measures. Wow, this is some sloppy stuff I'm doing here, but don't worry about it. It's all part of the plan, maybe. You guys get your own fountain. You guys get plenty of gardens. Aren't you guys just spoilt? And let me think, they're hobbles, so they're gonna want to... And Ceres is where the, Ceres should be here. It makes sense. Alright, Ceres goes there. The old Ceres temple gets demolished in favor of... Who do we like? Venus. The god of... or the goddess of people being happy enough to pay taxes. Okay, great. It's such a weird way of building right here. More reservoirs. More. It's at this point Jake has just lost control of his life. He doesn't even know what he's doing anymore. The westernmost farm does not have road access. Western, eh? I'm not seeing it. You're probably imagining things. It's been known to happen. I do it as well sometimes. Okay. As long as I feed you guys, you won't be that unhappy. Hopefully you'll actually seat everyone. It's not impossible. And hopefully so too will the priest. Or priestess, or whatever. Okay, employees needed. The game is finally groaning at me going, yeah, what? How? Oh, I gave them another god access. Now they have access to Venus and Ceres. I'm about to go through that horrible thing again. Fortunately, we all know how to deal with that. No, there's a better way to do that, right? Because they're filthy hovel dwellers, they don't have particularly well functioning ideas of what they should be living in. So this is kind of like what they get. Screw it, I'm made of money. Let's just have everything here. If it merges, let it merge. And a whole bunch of them just go away, because that's not how city building works in this game. Oh man, it's happening. I can't even have the water functioning. Look at just turning off and on because I don't have the people. Come, my employees, work for me. I wonder if there's some seriously advanced strats that revolve around that. Oh yeah, these guys are gonna burst into flames if I don't, Oh, they already want to burst into flames. I just built these so I could see who merges and who does not, but... There we go. That's the good stuff. Nothing of particular value was lost there. Come on, I want to see the squalor. There we go. Getting people to merge is a bit of an art. I wonder what keeps tanking your money, Jake. Probably my explosive ways of spending. Well, these people actually don't like where they live. How can they be so moody? Probably lack of religious stuff. That'll do it. Yeah, Mercury brings us great commerce. He's worth having around here. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, instead of counting them, I can just build them, even if I am short on workers. There we go. Should give them everything they need. Come on and merge. I mean, granted, I don't need a lot of them to be merging. I just like it when they merge. And employees still needed, because these guys, when they grow into a villa only houses 40, whereas the Grand Insulae houses 84. So even when they revert back, they're a bit useless. These people are all revolting because they have no food. I hear that's what some people do. And of course I can deliver to you your food. Alright, religion access has gone way down again. Now as long as I don't mess that up ever again, we can get back to importing our wine.
There's a lot of unemployment here.
Oh, I was, it's just that you didn't accept it. And unemployment is good. I don't see why people keep moaning about it. Alright, you guys... Alright, people are getting a bit unhappy because there are all these people here that want to riot because they don't have access to food. And probably the fact that I tax them pretty heavily isn't helping the situation. People are indifferent. It's just these guys rioting. Don't worry about it. I don't. Still a lot more room to be getting food growing here, but that's a-okay. I would like people to actually move in here properly, though. I'm gonna start demolishing people that aren't merging to give people a bit more freedom to move around here. You sure you don't want to merge? You look like you'll merge. I was wrong. You guys hear that? Feels like I'm back to when I was streaming under the stairs. Weren't those good days? So this disorganized mess is going to be Pleb Town. It's actually bigger than I want it to be. But the true Patricians can live up here with the great view. It's no big deal. I hope it doesn't hurt my prosperity too much. I'm maybe going a bit too overboard with the plebs. But... filthy plebs. What the heck is this? I think something broke there. There is something known as a black hole that you can inadvertently cause in this game. I might have just caused it right there. Can't even right click on the thing. I don't know what it is anymore. Somebody stop it from existing. Oh dear. Yeah, if you undo the game during a merger process, you can create that kind of black hole. There's probably a way to destroy it by having it burst into flames. Or maybe I could block it off from everything. Actually, it'll probably burst into flames if I do this to it. Right, what I also need to do is link you guys up with something relating to civilization. It's just... I feel like I lost my mind halfway through this. I am creating something world-class levels of weird here. Breaking all the rules of playing Caesar 3. Well, it's probably okay. Okay, what is this thing even doing? It doesn't have a risk of fire. It's just a thing. Oh well. I guess the thing remains. So, here we go. Pleb Town. They'll need water and they'll need food. The food's easy enough. Just give them an ample number of marketplaces to fetch food from. Give them a large... I'll give them a statue to Mars so they remember who's in charge here. Actually, I can do more than that. I'm going to need to do more than that. I guess a large statue to Neptune. Give them the water that they so desire. And that water pretty much reaches everything. Good, it needs to. Yeah, pretty much he says, as it seems to not. Okay, that, I think, 1, 2, 3, almost reaches everybody. It doesn't quite reach you, does it? Is that good? That's probably good. Continuing to break all the rules. Fire risk is still obscenely high. Don't mind me as I take care of that, hopefully. And then, much as I like engineers and trust them to do a good job, let's do everything we can to sort that. Alright, welcome to Pleb Town. But what's the point in having plebs if you don't tax them to death? Let's celebrate this occasion by increasing taxes and throwing down a bunch of forums. There we go. Jake, could you make the hideous thing merge? There's an idea, isn't there? You gonna merge? No. No, you're just... It's some kind of freak show now. There's no saving it. Okay, I also want to get desirability to a level where they're actually turned into... Yeah, I'm well aware that city mood is bad in some places, but overall it's good. It's just these people that live in horrible tents that don't want to live in horrible tents that are causing me issues. There we go. High crime levels are scaring the locals. Well, I think you'll find that over time, crime rates are going to go down here, because they're actually getting fed and are going to go down here. They're actually not going to decrease, are they? I need to bring this down to 8 for it to actually go down, right? There we go. So, next up I need some not-so-plebby people here. I can still be plebby, but not to the same degree. So how's that going to work? I'm gonna have some getting granaries. An engineer, a prefecture, and some lovely, decent housing right here. And then I'm going to have patricians up in this corner. That seems like a nice thing to do. Population's getting there, which is a good sign. Hope I have room for all these patricians. I'm sure we will. Right, these are going to fill up super fast, that's no problem. These guys are going to get super angry, because that's what they're going to do in their 10th lives. I'm also going to put some extra ones here, just in case they merge on that side. But ideally they merge on this side. Well, I'll take what I can get, and I see it. So these will be the not-so-plebby people that look over them. And then it leads up to glorious patrician master race over here. Wonderful. How is that going to work? I could link you up here. It's always risky to do that. But they'd get good access to all the goods they need there. Alternatively, just trying to think how to shape this. Glad I have money. Life without money would be difficult. Well, let's just do some interesting things. You know, this is the first time I'm using this area of Capua whatsoever, so I might as well do weird and wonderful things with it. This is a big loop. Bigger than... too big, too rough to really be called a loop. But we're doing it anyway. How's your ghetto doing, Jake? Look, they have a roof over their heads. What more can they really complain about? Nothing is the answer. Everything is perfect. Gonna need access to these foods, though. Well, there we go then. I just have to hope nobody marches down here and gives these guys access to entertainment. That would be absolutely forbidden. You guys also, for some reason, don't have access to religion. Ah, I see. I see and understand. Well, then away you go. I don't need you. Alright. I have a feeling I could have more plebs here. But I'm going to need a lot of patricians, truth be told. Because my prosperity is going to be hurt by all these plebs here. Plebs, plebs, plebs. It's just such a good word. Can I have more of you here? I risk an outbreak if I don't give them access to healthcare. How is our healthcare overall looking? Good! Oh, that's good. I'll have a doctor set up here. He can do the rounds and see these people. Now, I gotta start thinking Patrician. I don't need to link these up, truth be told. I can just have a getting warehouse that's close enough for everything to work out. I can have a bunch of them. Here you go. You, for example, get furniture, get pottery. You're close enough to both. And you get oil and get wine. Normally, I don't like having one warehouse getting two types of goods, but they're so close. There's no possible way this could go wrong. However, I'm going to really bump up the sale limits here. And I think I will sell all spare... Oh, well... I still like seeing the olives there, even if it's incredibly risky for my everything. And I should produce enough everything to have everybody satisfied. He says not all that sure in himself anymore. Excess pottery would probably be good for me. Actually... think, Jake. It's one thing you're half decent at. One of you can do 20 houses. Well, we have less than 40 here. So 6 day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hesitant. So I'm trying to think, am I going to have enough pottery and wood, and for that matter, oil production to keep everybody really happy? The answer is potentially no. I could do it all locally here, actually. That means you guys wouldn't have to be getting at all, you would just be accepting. Would mean I'd need more of you, though. More warehouses. Which is a bit fugly. But we'll go with it. You should, of course, be getting wined up. Pottery, oil, and furniture. Okay. How that's going to work is I need a little clay pit. I need a wee timber yard. Need a couple of workshops. I don't like that. Look, this is meant to be prime Patrician area. Great seaside view. What am I? I need to think about what I'm doing here. I can't have them get. I just need to up everything. For example, you could go away. As could you. Yeah. Yeah. These guys here. I don't particularly need you there or you there. Right, I can have a raw material for timber there, and some workshops for furniture. Give it the old 1-2. Now this guy's going to be monumentally unhappy, so I'll have that and have that. Okay. Now the situation with you. I only just produce enough oil to keep all these guys happy, come to think of it. Difficult one to solve, however I produce much more food than these guys need. So what I can do, and will do, is... is what remodel this. I need like 4 more oil workshops in reality. 1, 2. Really? 3, 4? Is that the best way to do it? No, because this warehouse is no longer necessary. There's our 4. Get our farm for more olives right there. And I got rid of a wheat farm and a fruit farm. There we go. That might make ends meet. Hopefully these guys don't devolve. They seem okay. Also, these guys are probably pretty peed off with the living situation I gave them here. I need water along here anyway, so we'll have a somewhat central reservoir here. Beautiful. Jake, was Caesar 3 released before or after Zeus, Master of Olympus? And I think it was before. Didn't play the other games around the same time, so it can be hard to say. Alright, so we went back to our old idea of you guys are getting everything you need. Even though it's going to place a strain on the other one. Well, we should hold off on that for a little bit first, right? You can get those other ones right now. I'll hold off on the oil, that's the most turbulent. Nah, they're not going to be drinking it just yet. Okay, none of these people are in hideous... Oh, you don't get food. Maybe you... No, still no food. Sucks to be you. Guess you're too far away. Okay.
This soldier's too strong for me.
That was me when playing Hassan Kaifa fighting the sheep. Okay, so I solved 2 of my 3 problems. I still have the issue of clay and pottery production here. Oh, but I forgot, I have water down here, so I can erect a clay pit. And then... I still need a couple places to do my pottery work. What can still be squeezed that is not squeezed? I guess one of these wheat farms could go away, but would that really give me enough space to do 2? It would not. Guess if I got creative with where the other one went, I could probably do it, but I probably really need that oracle. I can try deleting it. See what happens if I smash down a pottery warehouse there. And another pottery warehouse here. Probably not very nice things. Well, surprisingly, no ill effects that I can see. And are gods still happy? Pleased enough. Pleased as punch, even. Okay, we're getting somewhere. That should solve my production woes. To a degree. Yeah. Yeah. And I do like the sound of the dying sheep. Alright, so these guys will become higher level plebs. Not a fan of the location of that. And I do always like magical Roman water. large, 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 large. But I feel like these guys deserve the large temples. I mean, they can also have the large temple.
These houses pay so little tax, it hardly seems worth my time.
Well, don't knock it, right? 20 denarii by November there compared to 100 here might not seem like a lot. However, tax really adds up. Especially when you make it add up. Right, these guys will not like their living situations very much. But I have to control it because they're probably going to get everything they need to become patricians, and I don't want them to become patricians. Okay, what am I doing here? I will need a Colosseum. There's no doubt about that. Hey, I could have a waterfront Colosseum. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds pretty nice. But so too does having waterfront patricians. Ah, there's room for both. Go to there, you can also see the theatrics next to it. We'll see if they actually are able to make the round here or not. I wonder if these guys actually work hard enough. What I suspect would be good is to have another couple of getting granaries for wheat. Because, like I said, wheat is the thing that gets consumed loads. These guys, I don't think actually consume any fruit. 320 wheat. Now 294 wheat, but the same 196 fruit. So yeah, it doesn't really work the way you might think. Alright, it seems like time to make patricians around here. Oh, crumbs. Remember when I said I won't need that fruit anymore? Guess who needs that fruit anymore? Fortunately, there's a good opportunity to just build it here. Build it and they shall come. Alright, where shall we have some patricians? Starting to wish I hadn't put you here, because this is a nice place to put some delicious patricians. Like I was saying, waterfront patrician sounds kind of nice. Put my warehouses over here instead. It's still practically no distance for them to go, so it's okay. Instead, I'll just empty these guys, and then they'll throw them over there. Not particularly quickly, though. Oh! Ooh. Oh my. I don't recall deleting an engineer post, but it looks like I did. Oh yeah, he must have been around there then. We're about to have a lot of very destroyed farms here. It's alright, it's very easily dealt with. Easy money, although now my people will starve. Wheat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Olives, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fruit, I need at least 12 for this to balance out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. That will feed 24 times 160 people, which is probably more than this. Alright, I'm kind of dragging this on more than it needs to. I'm looking at my clock going, pick up the pace, Jake. This is going a little bit too insane even for you. So that's what we'll do. I don't really like this place as a patrician area. Won't be easy, but why bother something that's easy? just have a lot of patricians here, and here, and here. Yeah. Loads of time to comply to Caesar, and he's really nice. He gives you a lot of bonus for fulfilling those requirements. Might be a problem with you being the one that accepts wine, actually. Oh, surely I won't import that much wine. I'll keep an eye on it though, because it could get out of hand. You out of the way, start building up a couple more markets, because patricians, they often need a lot of marketplaces, they're just that fussy. Have the Senate nearby as well, so that everybody knows what's going on. Can have my own humble little house here as well, as I look upon all these unemployed people. And yes, I do want that large temple. Yeah, I like you being there. Didn't I have another Venus one around? Oh, no, I ain't making that mistake again. It's close to the water, we'll have Neptune. You guys get downgraded, you never deserved large Neptune. Main thing was I wanted a house there. Not sure if I really have the range to water him. Oh, I do! That's nice. That's awesome, in fact. Great, I like that. How many pops do you need? 7,000.
Caesar is at today's gladiator tournament,
And everything else needs to be super high. I bet my prosperity is stalling. Yeah, prosperity is super low. It's alright, we'll fix that. We get the Patrician block on the go, and we are sorted in every sense. I worry that my entertainers won't walk around enough here. There is a solution to that. This doesn't need to loop, and it might even work in my benefit if it doesn't loop. Actually, the more I think about it, it would probably work very much to my benefit if it didn't loop. So what I can do is I can have my gladiator school and my lion house and my actor colony all function right here. And they'll make the rounds and keep everybody super entertained. There's nothing to say that priest is actually going to go down there, though. He might be in an ill spot. Best spot for him, but it's where we elected to put him. Not really the one I want to destroy there, is it? Right, maybe better to get rid of you, since you get in the way of more things. Oh yeah, if the Senate is here, I don't need a forum. Or rather, I can stick the forum over here so they do a kind of pincer movement on this situation. Should think about the things that I actually need here, like baths. Yes, baths, of course. Now we're talking, and none of the super plebs are getting their entertainment, as was ordained. Okay, good. I don't want you getting any further than that. Oh wait, no, wrong side. You guys can't be going too far. I mean, that's already too far as it is, so let's just cut you guys back a bit. Oh, I mean, they don't have to all be the same, as long as none of them reach villas. And the idea that this guy needs more desirability is insane. Look at the stuff he's surrounded by. It's gold. Pure gold, man. There we go, now we're getting those villas going. They want more entertainment. What they mean is they want an amphitheater, and I can give that to them. Don't like it there though. Right there. You know, somewhere that it just barely gets any kind of Oh, you're not gonna get any what am I trying to say here? You're not going to get any services. Or so I think. I'm going to slap a settlement down here and see what happens. Now they're not going to get anywhere without a hospital. Hospitals have... Well, whenever I'm working with them, they always have tragically low range. We'll see if this actually works. And now they need more space to grow. This guy hates living where he lives because of all these warehouses. Can deal with that. Can deal with that nicely. Oh, he still hates it. Fussy bloomin' Romans, I tell ya. Ah, of course. I often forget about the academy because it's something I prevent myself from getting often, but there we go. I'll need multiple of them anyway for the sake of culture. And that's a lot. Sadly, there's not enough wood in here. Also easily solved. This poor guy hates where he lives. I mean, I feel a bit for him. He's right next to the granary, but still. Cope with it. I don't like large castles, though. I've never liked the way they look. I can't complain because I love me some C3, but your title indicates something else, says Red Crane. Ah, you should have been around for the start. That's where the real fun was. Okay, so these guys now get to expand. This guy, I should do something about this. He does not like living next to these warehouses at all. Ooh. I wonder what your problem there was. Don't want to give you too much plaza here because it might make the guys on the other side evolve too much, but, oh, well, something ugly happened here. No, just get rid of it. Oh yeah. When I cut off that that loop, I got rid of a few things there. Hospital and forum. Yes, I saw it. That was a temple to Mars. In addition to that, a mighty oracle. Tell you, normally I'm flush with cash by now, but not this time.
Hail!
I like that he says hail. Never forget the look of my German friend's face when I suggested we hail a taxi. Some people are truly magnificent at, sometimes that backfires. Truly magnificent at managing desirability. Me, obviously, not so much. There we go, got a couple of large ones there. This guy just wants some more space to evolve into. Both of them do. Thing is, he's going to evolve, eat those gardens, and then you're going to find this not so desirable, aren't you? Yeah, because you like to cause me trouble. I like this guy who's decided to shape down a bit. Well, that's what I get for not allowing myself a lot of space for this kind of stuff. Wondering if there's actually anything I should be doing for you. For example, the Academy guy goes all the way over here. Or was that you? Either way, they're both making the full shebang, so I could get rid of you, and that was not what I wanted to place. Put down the statue, and then everybody's fairly happy. At least the guys there are. This, though, this I'm struggling to do much about. There are solutions to it, none are particularly great for me. It's like I said, when he eats up those gardens, these guys are going to be unhappy with it. Even though I've surrounded them with desirable places. I have an idea, and that is to put my library here and hope that it walks all the way down and I can replace you with an oracle. But would librarian go all the way? Yes, they would. Oh, they certainly would. He still hates living there. And these guys still have their accursed problems. Is that gonna reach you? This guy just doesn't like anything. I want to count. What range does this even have? So it's here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, large statue has a range of 5, so it doesn't actually reach you from there. But I know that the mighty oracle does. It's not a great range, but it is range. Yeah, managing these isn't easy, and the thing is I don't have that many of them for my desirability. I don't really want to redo this whole Patrician area, but I might have shot myself in the foot with a bit of it. Can you move the Senate a few tiles upwards? I mean, I could move it this way a bit. It would still have a good range here, and I could put some desirable items next to it like that. That might be for the better, actually. Wrong one, tax. Alright, let's try this then. Goodbye, Senate, temporarily. That is some Nero level stuff, just destroying the whole Senate to plunk it down a little bit further along. How about that? Nicely done. Not my idea, but nicely done. It's a bit dangerous to cut off any route along here. Okay, the cart goers can still go up and around that way. Should keep them tight, so to speak. And now you're adding to the voices complaining about lack of desirability here. Look, even the Senate is powering up with desirability. Don't you start complaining on me. Oh right, if you evolve then I won't actually have space for people to get across here. So I kind of need you to be at large or Regium Villa and no further. There's actually a bit of a risk with that. Let's cut these off. This is a weird one. That librarian is no longer doing much of anything. It just goes down a little bit and gives up. But we have managed to hit 7,000 population, which is a good milestone for this area. Let's move the librarian across a bit. Hopefully actually get on with their work. There we go. There we go. Just the size you need to be. I'm gonna cautiously improve your living conditions. There we go. Can't let you grow any bigger now, though. Still complaining about the warehouse. There you go. Take that and buzz off. That's right. It grows and then just gives up the ghost again. Okay, I have the solution. Take that. Grow into that thing. And stay. He doesn't want to stay. Okay. Sometimes the plebs have to suffer. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think this is going to be enough to get me over the prosperity targets because I have far too many plebs here. But we can see where it kind of goes to and then act accordingly. Oh. Better give him what he's asking for. Not even, sadly, in a position to be demolishing a bunch of plebs in favor of prosperity. What I can do is level them up a bit. That would not be difficult. In fact, it might even be a good idea where we are right now. I can also level up these guys a fair bit by bringing in meat. But that will add further complications. Some time ago you mentioned some folks from Twitch at work related to what? Some time ago you mentioned meeting some folks from Twitch for work-related stuff. Assuming you could talk about any of it, did you pitch them ideas for improved fake-out enabling, enhanced midstream renaming via the Twitch app, for example? Isn't that possible? I probably could do that. The Twitch app has a bunch of stuff that I never use. Alright, we're in the right place with regards to population. I just don't know where this prosperity is going to go. This helps a lot with prosperity. This, the opposite of helps a lot with prosperity. But I can do stuff with this. These guys have prosperity cap of like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 I think, which is painfully low. These have a good prosperity cap in the hundreds. But we'll see how high that prosperity goes where we are right now. I should probably save where I am right now though. Health is very good, which is actually too high. Ah well. We can play with very good. Last year your city lost money? I don't think I did. Income 21,000, expenses not 21,000. You just devolved, didn't you? I swear, yeah, you must have devolved. I wonder what happened to you. Should keep an eye out for that. Devolution and Patrician block can really shunt your city in nasty ways. Gotta say, Yerevan's looking a-okay. The development points that we put into it clearly paying dividends. If my prosperity cap ends at around 85, 90, then I'm good to go. If it ends up in the mid-low 70s, I'm in a considerable amount of trouble. Trouble that I can work my way out of, because hey, I am pretty alright at this game. Still though, ooh yeah, 73 is rough. And like I said, I can't really delete any of these. But what I can do is give these people, what is it they call it? Bread and shows or something. I kind of need to do this for culture anyway. Bread and circuses, thank you. I knew some of you guys would be jokers. So bringing them up to casa level. Oh, I hope they don't have access to bathhouses. Some do. Well, you said you wanted it asymmetric, right? So I really don't like where they are either. Actually, overall, that's one of the bigger problems here. Yeah, lovely asymmetric ugly houses. Just as God intended. But this allows me to boost population and also tear down some of these ugly places. Hey, you guys can get an amphitheater. Hell, you can have two. No, that's stupid. Theaters are needed for culture. Amphitheaters do not matter at all, despite what people tell you. If I'd built a better Patrician block, this wouldn't be a problem. If I'd maybe doubled the amount of large villas I have. I don't want to reset what I've built here, though. Aesthetics, you know. So there we go, that bumps it up to 78. That's still not good enough though, there's a significant increase needed. Now one option is to actually evolve all of these guys. They're causing a significant dent. Don't want to though. Do not want to at all. Yeah, I hate to say it, but kablooey. One thing about designing is you have to know when to tear down what you've made, because it simply ain't working. Now, these guys are going to be a bit unhappy about what just happened to them, but so... Kind of a big problem was the way I had them lined up with these other guys. Let's do something even more bold. Farewell. The game reacts weirdly when you take away a bunch of people. It kills entire age groups. I mean, I don't think I killed every 4-year-old, but I wouldn't put it past me. Right, I made a big... I made problems for myself there with a pretty poorly made block. I should make a better one. I was restricting myself way too much with this. So how's it going to work out? This is still the source of food for everybody. How about that, kind of? I like those warehouses. I don't want to waste what I've got here. Alright. Shall I loop it? I think I caused myself a lot of problems by not looping. Yeah. You didn't kill the 4-year-olds directly, Jake, but made their families homeless and unemployed. Oh, that's fine. Indirect, that makes it okay. Okay, now I should think about how this is actually going to go down then. What will I do? I need a lot of patricians. That meat, does it come in by sea or by land? Okay, it comes in by sea. I don't import... I don't do much in the way of docks anymore. What if I got my meat from here? Would add a good bit to prosperity, because prosperity is actually now a bit of a pinch. A considerable pinch. It's about to slump down next year. So what can I have? I can have a lot of patricians along here. I'm probably going to betray myself and use a lot of large statues. They're just so deliciously convenient. Oh, this guy's going to hate living next to the warehouse, so forget about it. I have a large temple to offset that. They're all going to grow in that direction. Okay, that works out so far. Let's try and keep our reservoir a bit further away this time, because I was suffering quite heavily with desirability there. Okay. That should allow me to water these guys from a distance without too much carry on. Good. And as ever, these patricians need their marketplaces. That'll keep them tight. Still on the fence about getting me some of that meat, though. This loop's already big. Let's try to calm down a bit with it. So they'll get that, they'll get religion, they will need their Colosseum. Waterfront Colosseum can still exist. They'll need their theatre, they will of course need engineering and prefecting. Double prefecting because we have fire risks here. Senate is a big guy, but he does really boost desirability. I wonder if I'm just going to have the same problem there, like, should I put the Senate up a bit? Because I know he reaches pretty far, and then that gives me space for statues here. He's got a pretty far reach. Alright, that should keep these guys pretty good. Now they're going to want all their... Well, I can actually put him down here. The Gladiator School and the Lion House. They've got a long way to go, but I'm certain they'll make it there. Then I'm going to have the Actor Colony considerably closer, because it has other places that it could go to. Then what? All the usuals, school and school, a library, an academy, meat is 50% bigger prosperity cap. Yeah, but meat is only good enough to feed a few of them. There's a good technique for that. Truth be told, it's a technique I could use across here. And it's pair building, of course, so I think meat could feed 5 houses. We'll see, though. I just want to have more of these guys overall to begin with. Well, they won't get very far without a bathhouse. That much for free. Bathhouse lady would make her rounds someday. Oh, that does not speak. Oh, okay, that's a bit better. I fear they don't think much of the entertainment here. It's muckle unfortunate. Set up a little bit here, see if I can't get a couple of medium insulae or something. Medium villas. Should have most everything they need there. Their go. Now you're going to need access to a doctor. We'll set up the barber while we're here. I already put down a hospital. No, I did not. That'll do for you. Good. Also good. And now they need more God. More God. Then they'll get wine and become villa. Then they'll get vine and become villa. There we go. Tell me that hospital isn't making the rounds. He is. But apparently the clinic is not. Clinic only goes around there. Yeah, this loop is a bit too big. Okay, where could Dr. the Hulk go? That might work. It's a bit potluck where they walk. I don't think... almost nobody will make the full rounds with this. Come on, down, 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 and... oh, so close! Okay, I guess they can have both spaces. Works for both. Alright, now they would expand if they could. What's this guy's problem, though? Colosseum guy just doesn't go that way. He walks and he walks, but he just doesn't walk far enough. I mean, I could not have these guys, but that just seems not right. Could also move the Colosseum, kinda maybe. Well, if it was here, it would probably make the rounds, no bother. Well, if he ever goes down that way. If he ever goes down that way. Is he gonna go? Otherwise these guys are gonna struggle with entertainment pretty badly. No, that is not useful to me. Direction of walkers can be fickle indeed. Yeah, he just doesn't seem interested in going down and seeing to these guys. Jake, if you made this loop a little smaller, yeah, there's not a lot of room to make it much smaller, thanks to these rocks being in the way. I would happily cut through here. But it just does not lend itself well to that. Oh man, somebody cheesed off Neptune, and I think it was me. Probably because he's the only one to have a small wee temple. Oh yeah, also I tore down all these oracles. And the oracles are pretty key in keeping people happy in their otherwise not particularly desirable homes. Sorted, for now. Okay, that looks just a wee bit better. Don't like that setup. Better. However, are they all going to be saying that? Yeah, not enough, so there's something they're not getting entertainment from. They have the amphitheater. Okay, but the theater just doesn't make the rounds. No wondering, it's all the way over there. Stick it over there and there. I will need two of them anyway, because theaters contribute towards culture. But now they really don't feel to get a lot for their money. Guess I didn't burn down the actor colony. Come on, you cretins, get entertained. Oh, this loop is awful. Just awful. Now we're talking, though. That gives them everything they need. I don't like the desirability there, but I can fix that. Also, what's your problem? Ooh. Ooh. What did they lose out on? Yeah, that Colosseum is incredibly unreliable. I have options, it's not like I lack options. Not saying they're good options. How far is my water stretch? Quite a bit. Alright, that's what we'll do then. Gonna cut off their water supply, force their hand, move the amphitheater closer, move the reservoir just back a touch. As I move the Colosseum here. Hopefully that doesn't break everything. Hopefully... Okay, I think the shapes of my of what I wanted to build here are going to be horrifically broken at the very least. And very undesirable to live around. Man, I have not been on my A game with this one. Build back up, you buggers. Well, I wasn't kidding about making this quite a bit harder. This is very possible, but I'm just not playing Capua that well here. Right, you for example, you just don't like your surroundings, which I hate to say it, but I can easily deal with by torching everyone around you. Same for you. The problem is they're farther away from the plaza than they would like to be. They really seem to be lacking in entertainment. It's not the theatre. Yeah, it's always the Colosseum. Right, I think I have a solution for this. I'm going to build the gladiator school here, and it should hopefully go down and around to them, instead of up and over. Oh, it is going up and over. Build it further down then. Going down, down, down. It's still going up. I'll get there. I might burn some things down along the way, but I'll get there. There we go. Patrician Oracle down there in the hope that it does its work. And then get rid of it because it's just going to fall down there. Okay, with a bit of luck that'll solve my problem, but I might have introduced a hospital problem. Yeah, I just introduced a hospital problem. Gonna temporarily solve that. But watch all these guys just downgrade before that. Oh, this is painful. Jake, do you really need to close the loop right now? Yes and no. It has some uses. And there's the likes of you that, oddly enough, have no workers. How is such a thing even possible? Or you have very low access to workers. For all I know, that's compounding the problems. So does this guy ever make good rounds, I wonder? With him built there. He does go down and round. Not sure if it's all the way round, but I'll take it for now. Put you there just in case. And oh man, everything has been offset on the top side now. That's the worst. Ah. Well, Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. I'm genuinely trying to think last time I played this badly at Caesar 3. Alright, grow yourself and grow yourself if you could please. But you claim that there's no access to a hospice. Which is what you would have if this guy came along and helped out at all. He just does not have the range. It's also the bouncing music, I think, that's adding to the I don't know if humiliation's the right word, but it might be. Hospital work there? I wonder what was there previously now. Oh god! How in the world do they keep losing their entertainment? They have the theatre, they have the amphitheatre, they just keep losing Colosseum access, even though this guy should be going down and round there. That guy might be causing a problem then? Not sure. Oh, and everything's offset again. Oh my god. We'll get there. We will get there. Jake, please explain why you have the loop in this situation. If the road simply ends in the east, all those services have to walk past the Patricians. What you mean over here? Actually, there's a good point for there not being much of a point. Yeah, there's a good point for this not existing. It doesn't actually do anything right now, does it? Let's try it out. Actor colony still needs to exist, granted. Let's see if this helps us out then. I guess these guys are about to lose access. However, I could put Gladiator School there instead and it'll still make its way around. And I'm going to try my luck with slightly fewer marketplaces just so I can get that there to try and evolve these. Apparently still need a library. We'll see if we can't get these guys up to at least medium. Oh yeah, there was a bathhouse there that I did away with. Boy, this has been exhausting. Oh yeah. My prefecture was up there. As was my engineer, but the prefecture is the bigger problem. I don't think oops covers that one. Not spread to the Patricians now, that would be nasty. Amphitheatre, library, hospice. Amphitheatre, hospice. Temple to Mars and library. Temple to Mars. Hey Jake, how's your evening going? Don't you have work tomorrow? I do have work tomorrow. All the more reason to get this completed successfully. Alright, with a touch of luck, maybe more than just a touch, this will be somewhat stable. Nothing saying that'll be enough to get the prosperity where we need it though. It's currently only at 75. However, something I can do with this is eradicate quite a few of our lower level housing. Because I have the population for it. About as far as I can do it, unless there's a lot more space for patricians, and there is not. Unemployment's actually going way down, which is concerning. Just a wee bit concerning. But prosperity's at 75. Yeah, I always have a bad time with doctors just not going far enough for me. Okay. 83, that's a good sign. It went up by a staggering 8, I believe. Jake, looking forward to seeing another episode of the Dev Clash. I've been missing it all month. One of the many reasons I'm prepping to apply for that Stellaris game designer opening is the interesting stuff that Paradox does like that. Yeah, I had a couple more people joining in today in the office, and they showed interest in the Dev Clash too. Seems to be quite the pool. I don't like my options for getting that prosperity target beyond this. I could bring meat in, but oh, that would be tricky to put to use. I mean, these guys would have very limited access to it. But I'll be honest, I'm not confident in this for prosperity targets. I have a lot of low-class housing here. Ooh, that didn't go up as much as I needed it to. And unemployment is getting to bad levels. Look at all these people that can work that are going into unemployment land. And I can't tent up, unfortunately. And city health is... it's good, but good is sometimes too good. This will be tight, actually. I think it would have gone up by more. No, it's possible it might go up. Might go up some more. We'll see what next year brings us, but I know it's going to bring us unemployment. The opposite of that, lack of workers. Get a wee bit of devolution there, which isn't good. Now I could bath these guys up, but then they would need a lot more pottery that I certainly don't have for them. I could make them pottery here. I could even make them some furniture to level them up. I just don't want to. Alright, where's that prosperity at? We'll see as soon as January hits. Made it. Unbelievably, we made it in Capua. And we're short by 4 employees. I assure you we're about to be short a bit more than 4. But all I need is that culture and we are done. Jinkies, that was tough. I made it a lot tougher for myself than it had to be. Looking back on it, there are better ways I could have handled a lot of this. I hate doing this part. Culture is such a... it's so wrong. Right, that should be me. Boom.
Your management skills impress me. Many governors' careers end when I call upon them to build their first real colony. Leaders like you assure Rome's destiny. Now, can you repeat your success? Or was that luck?
Luck? Maybe, I don't know. That was something else. It was not the beautiful Capua I was looking to make, but I think that's part of having it on harder mode, right? But that was only the first real mission on harder mode. We'll have plenty more of this coming, but first I think I have a Europa Universalis campaign that I meant to finish up. We'll get back into that, I would imagine, tomorrow. For now, I better make my way to bed, so cheers for joining for some harder mode Caesar 3, and cheerio.